When we made the conscious decision to expand our geographic reach, we knew that we had to go beyond just what we heard from our nonprofit organizations, and that we have to create a space, create safety in a lot of ways, that people can have a frank conversation with us.
For several months, the foundation met with community members throughout the West Cook County region to learn more about the challenges we face and the opportunities to help each other, and conducted in-depth data research and analysis to support the 4 key priority areas and solutions these valued community members shared with us. The results of this assessment are presented in our Community Voices report. With these community members, we tried to reach out to a broad spectrum. It's the everyday people who know what the issues are, the things keeping them awake at night. And it's also those same people who, know what's best for them. And they're the people who would help craft the best solutions.
Those who make the decisions are people who are here, and those affected by the decisions are just here. So I had a lot of respect for Oak Park River Forest Community Foundation because they are including people here and making the decisions. And those decisions are affecting the people who are part of the community but never had a voice and never could talk and express what are the needs of the community.
The schools as they exist right now are flawed in so many different ways. And I feel like schools and as institutions really need to be reconfigured and restructured.
The Austin High School and Oak Park is, it's not that far from each other, but there is like a huge difference between the schools. Not many people have access to that kind of, education, which is unfair when they deny people to going to that school.
Ultimately, what matters is creating a space where young people have the knowledge and have the agency and autonomy to choose their path. If I like art and I want to go into a path of creativity, is this path available? How are we helping that person do that? Because this society is built on racism, it's really hard to do that truly. And that's another reason why I think that it was so important for the foundation to come in and do this report, because they center that, right? It's about equity. It's about facing the reality of racism and the way racism plays out in the community here, and also the effects of it, right?
Mental health is, we think, I have to be crazy or something's wrong with me or something like that, and it's really just the opposite. Having the right resource in the community is one thing, but having access to it is another thing. Sometimes not knowing where to get the access, how to access it, having the means to access it is some of the challenges. And removing those barriers really kind of lifts the veil to be able to see how we can holistically help those that are in need. Going back to this report, it shows and it gives validity to how and the reason why we need to turn the ship and right the wrongs and to really kind of navigate a different kind of way. And the partnership with Oak Park River Forest has really allowed us to do that. And for them to hear our voice, it's really strengthened the relationship that we have with them.
The way things are now, there are too few banks, and then there are banks that are in this region. They are there to make money. They're there to make a profit. What often happens is people who are trying to do things like get a loan to start a business or expand a business are simply reduced to their credit score. And the banks almost gleefully would just tell somebody, no, we cannot help you. Now, I know what it's like, to be poor. I know what it's like to struggle. I know what it's like to try to juggle bills and sometimes feeling like you can't get ahead. We have to be in a position where we're saying we cannot pass this system. We can't pass this exploitation. We can't pass this pain and suffering to another generation of young people. Everything that I'm doing with the Leaders Network, many people at the foundation, like we got into this because we wanted to help make lives better for people. Like, that is the goal. We got to help make lives better for people.
Workers who are in a factory from 6 a.m. in the morning to 7, 8 p.m. in the night. All they do is working to bring resources to their family, to raise their kids. Oak Park River Forest Community Foundation can continue including the voices of that community, inviting them to be part of conversations, inviting them to be part of the leadership. When you have a table that is not diverse, when you have the same people from the same background making the decisions, probably those decisions are not going to be the most effective and good decisions for the community.
This might sound very, very simple, but the ideal community is a community of people who are happy. Let's create a beloved community of people who in fact care about each other.
One in which everybody thrives, they feel included, they feel safe.
Every person in the community should be able to survive and thrive and have what they need in order to do that. Good air quality, parks, green space, healthy food, clean water, access to resources, access to joy.
Fortunately, you're hearing what a white person needs, you're hearing what a Latinx person needs, a black person needs, and then boom, the youth, you know? So like, hearing everything from each side, that would be, you know, that's like what I kind of see. Me personally, I don't really, you know, care for like equality, to be treated as equal as like a white person, you know, kind of looking for equity. We've already suffered enough. I don't think there's ever a possibility for me to be as equal as a white person. No matter how much money I have or how many rights I have, I mean, I'll never, you know, experience the same privilege, and there's already been so much damage. So I mean, giving back to those communities, like reparations is definitely one of them.
You want a community where you see kids around, where you see diversity, people coming from different backgrounds, ages, language.
If there's transparency, if there's listening, and really if there's love, to be honest, that's what will be, I think to me, will resonate and be ideal for a community to be more robust.
We know that we have a responsibility to be of greater service. We have to be intentional about building the relationships, and we know that we have to earn people's trust. It's the journey at the end of the day that counts. It's a time of transformation, and we're ready for it.